Now, I got some really juicy messages from you guys about this Balenciaga scandal. And I hope I said that right because I Googled how to pronounce it and that's what it said. But anyway, for those of you who don't know, Balenciaga is a huge fashion house from what I understand. And this is just what I saw on like the Shade Room. I don't even know much about any of this. But I do know that it's a big fashion house that is very expensive. I looked at the prices online. A long time ago, Cardi B had a line about them in one of her songs. And she was like, I want those Balenciagas, the ones that look like socks. And I was like, So I Googled it to see them, and they were like $600. And I was like, oh, hell no. It's no way in God's green earth I'm paying $600 for one pair of shoes. I'm not the one. I don't care how much money I have. I don't believe in wasting it. So I thought they were, and I didn't even think they were that cute, as a matter of fact. They were strange looking. But anyway, they were unique. I'll give it that. And so basically this huge fashion house comes out with all this overpriced material, merchandise that a lot of famous people, were wearing. Kim K had, Balenciaga on every time you turned around. And there was others, lots of others that we know were rocking out for this fashion line. Kind of like Louis Vuitton or one of those other big ones. Anyway, so they came out for the Christmas 2022 ad campaign. They came out with these horrifying pictures. They're just awful. I'm gonna tell you more about them. And some of you came to me in my inbox and were like, what is going on? Is this devil worship? Is this some kind of child, the word I'm not supposed to say, but messing with children in an inappropriate way or things like that? Like, what is really going on here? Were the children harmed in this ad? Like, what's going on? And I was like, scandal. So I decided to take a look at this conspiracy theory and see, is Balenciaga, I always say Balenciaga, is Balenciaga really as bad as we think? So I'm going to do the introduction and then we're going to find out together, because I pulled these cards and then turned on the camera, so I don't know what they are, and we're about to find out. My name is QueenAusetHeru, and thank you for joining me for a wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to anybody and everybody who might like it too. Please leave us a positive comment in the comment section. And underneath this video is all my information. So if you would like to get a reading done, if you would like to give me a gift on my Amazon wish list, any of the above, and plus more stuff is underneath this video. So let's get started. So let's take a look. So the first card here, okay, this one is in the upright. It came up just like that. This one came up in the upright just like that. And this one came up reversed. But I'm going to turn it into the upright so you can see the art and so I can read it to you. There we are. All right, so let's move this over a bit. Get some of that glare off and let's get started. So this is our situation. Wow, my goodness, the Ten of Wands. Well, this tells me that Balenciaga is in trouble. See, this is the thing. Balenciaga clearly, this is affecting them. I know that they're I don't know how they're coming off. I don't know if they're saying it's affecting them. I do know people told me that they've issued some apologies. So they're feeling the heat, baby. All of this, the Ten of Wands is about having a lot of burdens on you. It's about having people come down on you, just attack you. You have all of this on you. And this is probably coming from like the company itself. Basically, this is how the company feels. They feel like they're being attacked. Now, I wanted to know about the children. These are the kids right here. So the company obviously did not harm the children. Two of Pentacles gives us the indication that the children thought they were just doing a fun game or having some fun. They probably gave them some candy or something. In the ads, the children are not in any kind of inappropriate clothing or anything like that. It's what they're holding. In the ads, the kids have on regular clothes, regular Balenciaga clothes and Balenciaga sneakers, but they're holding teddy bears. And these teddy bears have on what I would call BDSM type outfits. You know, the pleather harnesses and things like that you see on the internet. That's what the bears had on, not the kids. So the kids thought they were just, doing a shoot, having some fun, playing with some teddy bears. The kids didn't know. These little children, they probably will know one day, but I think they were like 7 years old. They looked to be about 7. There was a boy in one, there was a girl in another one, and of course there was another one, the one that you guys will see in this thumbnail. It was 3. And they all looked like young 7-8-year-old kids. So they really didn't know what was going on. And no, they were not harmed. So that's good news. They just thought it was, just a silly, photo shoot that they were doing. So this part is good. And Balenciaga, they used the kids because they thought that since the bag is a teddy bear, it would be edgy, it would be fun, it would be interesting. Big mistake. Big mistake. This is what they thought. I mean, these people in fashion and this kind of like avant-garde kind of art, avant-garde, I think they call it. I don't know. But this kind of strange, abstract, unusual art, that's what these kinds of people are into. And they think being edgy for the sake of being edgy will get them talked about and will get more money. And this is true. A lot of ad campaigns do utilize this type of thing. Problem is they went too far this time. They went entirely too far. I don't know how far they've gone in the past, but they've gone too far this time, and the right people noticed it and were outraged by it. I thought it was disgusting. I mean, I could, like I said before, the kids were holding these teddy bears, and it was like, it didn't look like the kids were being harmed, but it just was like, this is gross. And then when you like further look at, they had this one stylist. Her name is Lotta something. And she has been long since fired or left the company, I'm going to say. I ain't going to say she was fired. But she's not with the company anymore. But when I looked at some of the stuff some of the art, quote unquote, that she had on her Instagram, I was like, this is really creepy. So it wasn't, to me personally, that edgy art, that kind of, abstract art for art's sake, it isn't always attractive. And for some reason, Balenciaga has went with this kind of look, and they thought it would be edgy, they thought it would sell, and they thought it would make them some money. They thought they would get the buzz from it. And it definitely did give them a buzz, but not the buzz they wanted. So now the company is the Emperor Reversed. The Emperor Reversed is when your empire is crumbling. I don't know how bad of a hit Balenciaga is taking because of this, but whoever's in charge feels like everything is crumbling, everything is falling down. I'm like, look, you're a huge fashion house. 9 times out of 10, you're going to weather the storm. You may not be as popular as you were before, but it depends on how you handle the situation. And that we're going to see in the other cards. So the person, whoever is in charge, or the people who are in charge, they feel like that their time in the sun is over and that their empire is crumbling. And clearly, whoever the leader is, or whoever whoever runs Balenciaga, they must be a woman. It's either a woman or it's a very feminine energy. Sometimes a man, can have he doesn't have to be gay. He could be gay, or even a straight man sometimes will have a very feminine kind of energy. So whoever this is, this feminine energy who's in charge of the company, they are devastated. I told you about the breakdown of the old for the new. Everything just feel like it's crumbling, and they are upset. This is emotions. The cups are emotions in this case. Let me turn this right side up so you can see. The cups are emotions in this case. And the thing about it is that the Queen of Cups, or the Sibyl, she's the Sibyl of Cups. The Sibyl of Cups is the Queen of Cups. And the Sibyl of Cups is usually a very nurturing, calm kind of energy. So when it's reversed like that, this is somebody who's devastated. They're upset. They could be crying, having a nervous breakdown, maybe, depressed, things like that. And they probably wouldn't show us, the public, these kind of things. But this is what's going on with this person behind the scenes. And then this card here, this card came up reversed too. This is the Three of Pentacles. Definitely not a card you want reversed, because the Three of Pentacles is about your work. So they're devastated. Their work has been, disregarded. Their work has been hated. People are actually boycotting Balenciaga. I saw somebody talking about burning their Balenciaga, and I'm like, for what? Balenciaga already got your money. So why would you burn it? That doesn't make sense. If you don't want to wear it anymore, I can definitely see that. Maybe sell it, online or something like that. But burning it does nothing to the company. You pay $500 for those, ones that look like socks, and you gonna burn them? Like, are you serious? Then they already got your money. They already spent your money. So come on, just, I can feel you not wanting to wear them anymore, but that doesn't make sense. I've seen people do that before. They'll, burn their merch, and I'm just like, child, please. I've seen them burn pallets. I've seen them burn outfits, and I'm just like, You're wasting your money, and they already have it. They're laughing all the way to the bank. So in this particular case, it's just the work is all over the place. The job, the crumbling, all this is all over the place. The Three of Pentacles gives us the indication of being really worried about the business itself. So this person is really upset and really worried. I don't know how much actual worry there is, because we're getting ready to see a little bit more about it. But that's how this person is feeling, this leader, or this group of people, whoever is in charge, that's how they're feeling. And I feel like it's one particular, that one woman I told you about, I feel like she must be the leader. And maybe there's others. It could be like boards of directors. You know how these companies are. And again, they're reiterating how upset she is. Agony. So they must have taken a big hit. Financially, this must have been a big hit. And I'm thinking to myself, it makes sense, because think about it. They did this awful campaign. The campaign had to be pulled. Now they have to do another campaign. They probably won't have enough time for another one, so they probably won't do another one. And then they tried to sue whoever it was that was the advertising, director, and then now they're deciding not to sue that person. Like, they're just all over the place with this energy, and she's trying to pull it together. Her thought is that she can maybe she can change things. She's thinking that she pulls things together right here. This is about like opening yourself up, trying to, be enlightened, trying to calm down, trying to pray. So she might be doing like some spiritual stuff, trying to get herself more grounded. I don't know, what this person is into and how that looks, but sometimes it could be therapeutic or it can be spiritual. And taking a real hard look at the company. She's really stepping back and has herself and whoever is involved taking a look at this company and being like, okay, the public hates us. What do we do now? How do we change our perception? How do we change the face? See, the face. How do we change the face of Balenciaga so it's no longer associated with this, ad and devil worship? Because, how can we change that is her question. So I don't know if she's going to be able to. We're getting ready to see in the rest of these cards. Now, because people ask me, I know that this is not their company, but people ask me about Kim K and Kanye. So I got cards for them too. This card here is for Balenciaga. This is their archetype. So people were like, well, what even made them think that doing something like this made any sense at all? Like, what was going through their biscuit? Well, basically what was going through their mind is that they were king. They were on top, okay? They were in charge. And, when you're in charge, you pretty much do whatever you want. That's the thing. So for a long time, Balenciaga has gotten away with doing whatever they wanted to do, creatively speaking. And people pretty much loved it, or, they became a huge fashion house. So most people who were into that kind of thing must have loved it. So they thought they were king of the hill. Remember the Emperor card? They thought they were in charge. They thought they could do whatever they wanted. And they thought that whatever edgy little idea the rest of the world was just going to go along with. And people are like, no, this is disgusting. This is not cute. If they had these teddy bears in S&M clothes and adults holding them, maybe that would have been fun. I got some ideas that could have been kind of cute, but the children holding them, and then the teddy. Why the teddy bears got to have on sexual clothes? Those two things don't go together, and it just gives a really bad look. And I don't think that these fashion people, these people, they don't think they think like the rest of us. You have children, and that's one thing that Kim K said. Kim K said, well, I'm a mother of 4. And it's like, yeah, you're a mother of 4, but you didn't seem to have a problem with this, and I don't know if I don't know what happened with Kim. So we're about to find out, because I don't know if she's going to stick with Balenciaga or not, because in her last statement, she seemed very ambivalent about it. So they thought they were king, and they got. This one is Kanye, and this one is Kim K. Since they're all up in it, I was like, well, since you all want to be in it, let's see what's up. Kanye, look at this. Attachment to money and power, inappropriate use of sensuality. So Kanye is only up in this because basically it's about money and power. You know how people are always clout chasing. So clearly, I don't know what happened with, I know that at one point Kanye was down with Balenciaga. So something happened with their relationship. And according to this, he's upset about whatever money, whatever power, whatever clout, whatever influence that he lost because of that. So when this scandal broke out, he jumped on the bandwagon to denounce Balenciaga because he's angry with them, not because he doesn't like what they did. He's fine with them, you know, abusing sensuality. He's fine with all of that. You know, whatever that may be. He don't care. He doesn't care what their company does. If he, think about it like this. If Kanye, according to this, if Kanye had never fallen out with Balenciaga, he would not be saying this right now. He would be just like him, on the fence 9 times out of 10, or not saying anything at all. There are a lot of celebrities who have worked with this company who have not made a statement at all. So he probably would have been one of those. But because this happened at a time when there's already been a rift between them and he feels like he's been wronged, this is his opportunity to kick him while they're down, basically. So I told y'all about believing that boy. A lot of times I told y'all when I did that reading on Kanye, a lot of times he falsifies information. Do not believe everything Kanye says. Kanye mixes the truth with lies that fit whatever he has going on, and some of it has to do with his mental instability, and some of it has to do with him just being angry. Because if you notice, I don't know the whole deal with him, but I do know he's in some big trouble right now with different, you know, companies and banks and all kinds of stuff. So that's really where his venom is coming from. It's not because of this ad. He don't care. And he told us that Kim K sold her soul. Did she sell her soul to the devil? No, she sold her form. This card came up reversed too. Exploitation of the female nature and form. All she sold was the likes to her likeness. Okay, she sold the likes to her form, to her femininity, her booty, her look, whatever that is. That's what she sold. She didn't sell her soul. And people kill me with that, you know, with that mess. No, she did not do that. She sold her form. She sold her image. In certain contracts, there's a section in the contract that says how long they can use your image and likeness in their ads. So that is what she's selling. We've seen her in the ads. We've seen her rocking Balenciaga at different, you know, events, you know, things like that. So that's really what she sold. So Kanye, again, is just big up in things and trying to, you know, kind of ride the coattails of this awful scandal. And Kim has sold her, you know, her form and her, you know, her everything. You know, she sold her likeness, her image to these people. So now she's like, what do? I got a contract with these people. I've sold them my image for a certain amount of time. Do I break the contract and lose the money in the relationship? What happens if the company recovers and then they're mad at me for what I've done? This is what Kim is going through. She doesn't know. Remember, Kim is a Libra. So Libras have a really hard time making decisions about anything. Libras have a hard time making a decision about dinner. And I'm not exaggerating because I've been to dinner with many a Libra. Libra is my preferred sign to date. So I've been out and hung out with many of them, and they have the hardest time. Not all of them. Some of them are better than others. But they have the hardest time making decisions. And some of them could be just big decisions, and sometimes it's smaller decisions, and sometimes it's all decisions. So Kim is having a hard time figuring out what should she do. That's why we see her hemming and hawing, making a statement, and I don't know, because she's trying to wait and see if this blows over. She's trying to wait and see if the company can redeem themselves. She's trying to wait and see what happens. Now, these cards, the first card here is the rose, right? The rose is all about confidence. Balenciaga got too confident. And when you get too confident, it turns to arrogance. Okay, their head got too big. We saw that earlier when it said that they thought they could do anything. They thought they were king. So when you think that you're king and you think that you can do anything, you don't think about things like how will the public respond to this? Not in that kind of way. They're thinking we need to be seen, we need to be edgy, we need to be talked about, we need to be out there, we need to be hungry. They thinking it like that, and they're like, yeah, we got to do this, yeah, and not thinking will the average person find this to be tasteless? How will a mother feel about looking at this ad with a teddy bear with a little child? They didn't think about that. They were thinking about other things. Now they're thinking about that, and that's why the company is looking back at their face and thinking about changing their face, or what do they do with their face. So this is basically how this occurred. It was something that just went wrong. Now, this card here is very interesting because the awareness card is telling us that even though this particular ad was a big, just a fluke, I'm not even gonna call it a fluke. This ad was bad. It was a bad choice. It was a bad idea. It was a bad execution. It was just bad. And this card is telling us that there are people around Balenciaga or work for Balenciaga that don't have the best intentions. There are some very dark kinds of people. This card indicates like negative energies even. So there are some there. There are some of that energies there. So I thought that was very interesting. Now, it's not coming up as being like part of what happened here, but they do come up as being part of the overall energy of the company. So this company does overall have some weird bad energy, and I want to point that out to you because this Toad card is telling us like, yeah, this particular situation was one thing, but the company itself has bad energy. There's something here that ain't right. And when I saw, remember I told you about Lotta? I can't remember Lotta's last name, but her stuff was really disturbing. So there are some people who have worked for this company and maybe still do work for this company who have some really disturbing ideas of what art is. And these people are not gone. Like Lotta's gone, but it's still people there because this card wouldn't come up if they were all gone. So it's still people in this company that have some negative, bad energy, and maybe this particular thing was one thing, but they're giving me that energy like, this company got creepy, negative energy. That's all I can really call it. So there are some people here that are disturbing, have been in the past, and are still there. This company, when they're looking at their face, they need to do things like speak out against child exploitation, give money towards it, work towards it, help towards it. If they want to save their face, they need to really figure out what these negative energies are. Who are these people in the company that are making these bad decisions, and get rid of them? They got to change not only the face of the company, but the energy behind the company, because there is bad energy behind this company. And I wouldn't necessarily call it demonic, because I would have seen devil worshiping going on in the cards. We would have got the devil card or something like that. So it may not be necessarily demonic, but it's not positive. It's not good. As I did see something that was demonic on Lotta's page, and I was thinking to myself, is that an indication of devil worship? But I think, again, that some people use that to try to be edgy. Not even that they might be doing it, but I think it's that edge factor. I don't know why people think stuff like that is edgy. It's not. It's disturbing. So that's what we have going on here in the background. So they really got to change all that vibration. And then the last one says the phone tray. So another thing that, remember I told you she's trying to calm herself, whoever this head of this company is trying to calm herself and focus her energy, that kind of thing. Well, she's also reaching out to her friends. And a person like the the board of Balenciaga is going to have a lot of friends in high places. So they're trying to reach out to their friends to save not only the company, their reputations and XYZ. So they're reaching out to anybody who's still banging with them. Because as we can see, there are still some people underneath the surface who will still support them. These are the people who've jumped ship. They're people that have jumped ship, and it mostly have to do with the people who are like buying the merchandise. That's what that is. But there are people behind the scenes who have not jumped ship. Remember I said there were celebrities who haven't said anything. They're waiting to see how the scandal, plays itself out. So they're going to these people, they're going to everybody like, hey, please keep supporting us. We're sorry about this. We're going to make it right. So she's trying to, get her, rallying the troops to try to keep on making her money. Now, do I think that she's going to be able to recover? I'm not really sure right now because none of these cards indicate recovery, but they do indicate that the company is working on it. So this isn't over. Balenciaga is not just going to, lay down and just play dead. They're going to keep trying. They're going to keep trying to get us to forgive them. They're going to keep trying to, change the face of the company. They're going to keep trying to, do whatever they can to, like Starbucks. Remember when Starbucks was accused of racial injustice, and then they closed all the stores for 24 hours and did this big show of like doing racial training. And I don't know if it made a difference or not. I haven't been to an actual Starbucks in years. I had them delivered on Uber Eats, but I haven't seen, like, actually walked in there and sat down since I was in Philadelphia. So I don't know if it actually worked, but it really was a big show to show the public, we see what happened and we're going to address it. So Balenciaga is going to have to do something similar and probably a lot more, because this is not something that, you just say, okay, well, they did a sensitivity training, it's okay. People are thinking that this company is exploiting and harming children. So they're going to have to find a way to make sure that we know that's not what's going on. So what's bothering me is this card in the middle, because there is that negative energy going on. So even if she's trying to change things and to make things better, if they don't root out that negativity, if they don't root out whatever this is and become aware of how it's affecting the company, then that means that whatever she tries to do is going to fail. So we're going to have to come back and do another reading on Balenciaga in the future and see if are going to be able to recover, because right now they're just in the preliminary stages of trying. So guys, this is creepy. This is really creepy, and definitely not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but still not good. So you guys, you come back soon, because I have a lot more to say. See you later.